Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Friday the 16th of May 2025. In today's Mill News, confirmed, first friendly. If you don't know, I'll give you a guess. Where do you think it's going to be? Yes, you are right, of course. It's Bromley. And why would it not be? There's so many ex-Millwall there now. They might as well call themselves Millwall Reserves. But yeah, here we go. So this is from southwarknews.co.uk, but it has been confirmed by Millwall FC and Bromley FC on their official websites. So yeah, Millwall travel to the Copper Jacks Community Stadium. What? You mean Hayes Lane? To face Bromley in July. The Lions will be preparing for a record 9th consecutive season in the second tier. That's interesting. Andy Woodman's Ravens were in contention for the playoffs after the turn of the year in League 2, before finishing 11th, just 4 points off the top 7. It was their first ever campaign in the Football League. Millwall could come up against their former centre-back Byron Rebster, who was in the Lions side that won promotion after beating Bradford City 1-0 in the League One playoff final in 2017. The 38-year-old centre-back, who scored the winning penalty in the 2024 National League playoff final, signed a new one-year deal earlier this week. The game, which will be 2 weeks before the start of the 25-26 Championship season, will be on Saturday, July the 26th at 3 p.m. Mill say they will confirm ticket details in due course. So I would imagine it may be all ticket, which is kind of weird for a friendly, but it is what it is. I don't know if they're doing building work there at the moment. They were doing some building work and they had plans to do more. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so this is 2 weeks before the start of the season, so there you go. So I would imagine how it would look is that apparently we're going to Spain. So we'll go to Spain for the 2 games. We'll come back, and that's supposed to be around the 14th of July, 18th of July. So we would probably come back, maybe have a game before this one no, because that would be the 19th, wouldn't it? So I think maybe we'll go to Spain, and then maybe have a midweek game after that. The 18th would be Friday, July then. Friday the 18th of July. Maybe have a game a couple of days later on a Wednesday. And then play this Bromley game, and then play the usual, we do this now. This is how we do it. We play all of our friendlies away. And then we have a home one just before, the start of the season. The week before. So that's interesting. Now, obviously, in the past, we've got international opposition to come to the Den for that game due to connections via Macron, the not the French president, the kit company, and Husky, Hamad B and stuff like that from Sweden. So who are we going to get now? Where's the connection? Maguava? Do Maguava have connections? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see about that. So yeah, first friendly confirmed. It's going to be a long old summer. It's literally, 2 months away? 2 months away? Damn. Now, moving on to this. It's the table for next season's championship, and there are still 2 places to decide, but we do have a little bit of a clearer picture now on who those 2 teams will be, because the League One playoff semi-finals concluded last night. Charlton beating, was it Wickham? Yeah, and again another awful game. Really bad. Everyone's talking about the gap between the Premier League and the Championship, but it seems to me there's a clear gap between the Championship and League One. Although Birmingham and Wrexham, bulldoze their way through the league. So you would imagine, well, the teams coming up through the playoffs are not going to be the best teams in League One. That's Birmingham and Wrexham. But it's been absolutely shocking, the football that we've seen in those League One playoffs. It's not been good at all. And I would imagine whoever comes up is almost certain to go straight back down. So the clearer picture is that we will be playing another game in London. We have another London team, because that League One playoff final will be contested between Charlton Athletic and Leyton Orient. So there you go. Personally, I would rather see Leyton Orient. Although I know a load of you would want the Charlton game, but that's fine. It's guaranteed 6 points as well, so. And obviously we have either Sheffield United or Sunderland. Those two teams are in the Championship playoff final. One of them will be losing and will be coming back to next season's Championship. So there you go. And obviously those are taking place not next week but the week after. So then we will see how they all get on, and then I'll let you know what the league's going to look like next season. The league starts on the 8th of August and it ends on the 3rd of May. Now, moving on to this, which is in the neighbourhood, and it will probably profoundly affect Millwall in some way, almost certainly, the Matchday going experience, and that's this. So this is from InsideHousing.co.uk. 1,051 homes in Southwark approved after developer boosts affordable housing. Now, the word home is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. These are rabbit hutches. These are cells. They are, they are dormitories for workers. That's it. And you'll find out what I mean by that. So yeah, this got approved. This is posted today. There was a Southwark Council meeting the other day, and they've approved it. Again, a bit of old cloak and dagger. The developer boosted affordable housing provision on the site. Well, this is kind of technically wrong, because the deal was already approved, and then they went back and said, "Oh, can we have some more, please?" And then they approved that one as well. And here's the picture you can see here. I don't know why they're doing this. This makes no sense. Why is the building right up onto the pavement? The pavement is about 4 foot wide. It's very narrow. And you're going to have thousands of people living in here. Let's say there's 1,051 homes in inverted quotes. Let's say there's 1.5 people per flat. That's being generous, because it's going to be more than that. So you could have nearly 2,000 people living here, walking up and down this narrow pavement, and they decided to build the building right up to the public space, which is ridiculous, because I'm going to show you in the future why that's ridiculous. Because you can see there's a park there in the middle of them. Not a car park. God forbid we should have people, living in cars, using cars. No, these are for people. You live in your little hole in this high-rise block, and you don't have a car because you ain't going nowhere. You have to stay here. So Southwark Council's Planning Committee approved developer Tide's Ilderton Road scheme on the 14th of May. The development includes 186 affordable rent homes and 865 co-living homes. Get this. Listen. Which are market rent flats, as in you pay full price, but you have ensuite and a shared kitchen. You do not even have your own kitchen. What the fuck is this dystopian bullshit? Are you kidding me? And you have an ensuite, which is basically so it's not even a separate bathroom. It's just like a little door that opens up, or probably slides, I imagine, so that he can save space, to probably a toilet and a cubicle shower. This is what they're building there. They're building the slums of the future. Today. Compared with the previous consent for the site, so the scheme increases the affordable housing provision by 55%. So like I said, bait and switch, they call it. They already had permission for flats and stuff, and then they went back with a begging bowl, saying, "Oh, it's too expensive now. We can't. We need to make better use of the land. Can we had maybe 55%? Are you serious?" And this is going to be the largest co-living building in the UK. Co-living, as in sharing a kitchen. What the hell is this, man? Previously, developer Whittington Investments, that's a good name for a building company. I'm sure they're very dedicated to building stuff. Secured permission to build 605 shared living flats and 120 affordable homes on the site in November 2023. The affordable homes would have been split between social rent and affordable rent and shared ownership. Why would you pay for a tiny little flat where you do not even have your home kitchen? Are you fucking serious? And the new design for Ilderton Road was drawn up by T.P. Bennett Architects and comprises 4 blocks of descending height. Construction is expected to start this year and complete in 2027. So we're going to have 2 seasons affected by this building site shite. 2 seasons. Season coming up and the season after, as they build this monstrosity. Using Tide's sister company, Vision Volumetric, and its off-site factory. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Because what they're doing here, this is a prefab. It's literally a high-rise prefab. All of the parts to build the thing are made in a factory, and then they bring it to the site and assemble it. Which you say, well, isn't that every flat? No, not really, because they have bricks that are generic bricks that they buy, from the market, where you buy and sell bricks, the stores or whatever, the companies that make bricks. They're making the thing itself. They're making panels, wooden panels, plastic panels probably, if I can, given the cost of it, metal panels, metal poles, maybe not even and probably like a brick facade. It's not even real bricks, like brick wallpaper that they were just going to paper over the outside. The developer said its use of modern methods of construction will make delivery up to 50% faster. It's taking 2 years, and apparently this is twice as fast as normal. Then, using traditional construction methods, the efficiencies of the volumetric system also allow the number of stories in each block to be increased without significantly affecting the overall height of the scheme, it added. Prefab high rises. I'm sure that's going to be fine. I'm sure, that's not going to be the slum of the future. How long is this supposed to last? Is there a lifespan on this? How long before it starts falling apart? Tide's other co-living developments include 189 homes at College Road in Croydon, completed in 2023. So that's only been there for 2 years. So what kind of state that's in at the moment? And 462 homes under construction at the Castle in Acton. So that's not even been built yet. Ellen McManus, head of planning at Tide, said, this project showcases how our volumetric construction approach can deliver more affordable housing for local authorities in a faster, sustainable, high quality and efficient way. Combined with a 5% uplift in affordable housing, increased shared living units, enhanced pocket park and improved public realm. How have you improved the public realm? You are building up to the public realm. You are literally, this is not central London. You do not need to build your high-rise block right up to the pavement. Why is there not a fence, a wall, transition period from the pavement into where you are building? This scheme will deliver considerable benefits to the area and its community. Nenad Manasejevic, Principal Director at TP Bennett Architects, said, "Working on the Ilderton Road scheme from the start, we have focused on delivering much-needed design-led sustainable housing and co-living for Southwark. It has been great working with Tide to ensure the future of this proposal. Now one step closer to being delivered, this partnership has allowed enhanced sustainability measures for the scheme, utilising a volumetric method of construction to target a BREEAM Excellent rating." So this is some kind of bullshit, I assume. I don't know what BREEAM is. I assume it's got some kind of fucking ecological bullshit where they get a gold star for being wankers, but there you go. So there's a picture there. We got the picture there. If you can see right on the right hand side, so where the car is, you can see the church that's where Millwall is, and that's John Berylson Way there, yeah? Okay. Well, we'll get some better pictures coming up. So this is from constructionenquirer.com. Tide gets go ahead for over 1,000 home London scheme. How is it a home if you have to share a kitchen? How is it home? Why don't they just have outside toilets? Like, instead of having little balconies, just have a fucking shitter on the outside. Why not? And let everyone share it. Like, what the fuck is this shit? The revised scheme for Ilderton Road in Southwark ramps up affordable housing by 55%. Yep, we know all that. Included a revamped central pocket park. Construction is due to start this year, using Tide's off-site manufacturing arm Vision Volumetric, with completion set for 2027. The modular build will allow the scheme to go up to 50% faster than traditional methods. So obviously you can see all of this has been put out by a press release. You know, they've just copied it. Bringing you this one though, so you can see this picture. You see this picture. For some reason they have double-decker buses going down Ilderton Road. Since when? That's not even the thing that's going to be happening. There's only one bus route going down there now. Do you think so in 2027? Are they going to add more bus routes going down here, or what? Not only that, we have just gone through this season. You probably don't know this if you don't travel by bus. You probably know if you do drive by car, because you haven't been able to come off of Old Kent Road onto Ilderton Road because they closed off that junction to put in a heat pump for the black block of flats that they were building there. They had to close the whole fucking road down all season for about 7 months. What are they going to do when they build this shit? Is Ilderton Road going to get closed up here? And we're going to have to suffer that for 2 years? What are they going to do? Not only that, but you can see here, see this picture, if you look, you can kind of picture the scene. If you look on the left where the yellow bricked building is. So that's the situation there. And you can see where it is. So obviously they've got a massive giant one next to, you know, where the gypsies live, which that's going to be great view out of there. You know, so you get the smoke from all the pallets that they burn that they can't reuse, that they collect for free. And then it goes down and down, and then you've got a short fat tower block over here. We're obviously, you know, the fancy garden on the roof where they're going to be able to look at Millwall games for free. But if you look at that, so look at the right-handed side block, and go to look behind it on the right. There's a grassy area there, and if you look between the other flats, there's grass behind it. They're building a gardening area behind it, but then they're putting the block right up onto the pavement on a 4 foot wide pavement. That's ridiculous. You have space and you've decided to take it for a garden behind yourself. Move the fucking blocks back 10 foot. Put a fucking... Make the pavement twice as wide and put a fucking... what do they call it? Cycle lane there or something. This is ridiculous what they're doing here. And this is what we're going to have to deal with. And not only that, this is confusing me. I thought this was Renewal's thing. This was like on Renewal's project stage 5 or something. And this is going to get done before the Renewal project. Have they even started the Renewal one? They were supposed to be building those 3 towers. They haven't even started them yet. But yeah, this is what's happening down at Ilderton Road as you're going to be walking from South Bermondsey to the den. Not only that, but because they're building right up to the pavement, I almost certainly guarantee that they're probably going to have to put up wooden things around here and close the pavement down. So you're going to have to cross over to the other side of the road. There's no way that they can do this, without putting up wooden boards. And then the pavement's going to go from 4 foot to 3 foot. And then they'll just say, oh, close it down. Like, they're just going to move the wooden boards out all the way and just completely take over the pavement for 2 years while they're building this shit. Now, let's go to tideconstruction.co.uk. This is their own website. This is the people who are doing this. This is what they're doing. And you look at this. Where is the... now, obviously, this is just, a photograph. Or, no, it's a graphic representation of what they're going to do. Where's the drainage? Where's the rain collecting thing? The gullies and stuff. This is just going to fall to shit if they just let the rainwater flow off the top of the building. You know what I mean? No. And you can see here, maybe you can see clearly, but again, for some reason they've changed the school building for some reason. You can see here, so this is John Berylson Way here, where that tree is. That tree is going to be great there. I'm sure that will survive all the Millwall fans walking past it every other week. Again, they put a double-decker bus there. And this is what they're going to do. So look what they're doing here. This is going to be... are they mad? Are they mad? But again, once they do this, and once they build this, and once they start getting affected by the Millwall fans that travel to the games, and once they start moaning and complaining, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hey, it's going to be like these idiots who move next door to a fucking pub and then complain about the noise at night. Bruh, this pub's been here for 200 years. Did you not see it when the estate agent brought you here? Are you fucking stupid? But, is this going to have an effect on Mill's ability to host stuff at the Den? Is he going to put, a covenant on how many night games we can have at the Den? It's going to be a problem. Not only about how, the construction here, is this road going to be, is John Berylson Way connected to Ilderton Road, is that going to be closed off while they do construction for 2 seasons? Are we all going to have to walk past here and go down, what is it, Stockholm Street or Stockholm Road, whatever it's called? Are you mad? Are they mad? What are they doing? Why would they let them build up to the pavement? It literally makes no fucking sense. Makes no sense. It's going to get covered in graffiti because obviously there's no physical barrier there. You're literally encroaching on the public space. And even though this is their own website, they talk about themselves in the third person. So, a leading volumetric developer, Tide, has secured a resolution to grant planning permission for its 1051 home Ilderton Road scheme, rationalising and enhancing a previously approved scheme. So, yeah, rationalising bait and switch. Tide, together with award-winning architects T.P. Bennett, and they're good because, they don't capitalise their name. Well, they must be good. Has designed a deliverable scheme that increases the affordable housing provision by 55%. This development will significantly contribute towards Southwark's overall housing targets, in particular the borough's ever-growing affordable housing requirements, with 100% of the affordable units offered at social rent. Programmed to start in 2025, the redevelopment of this vacant, underutilised brownfield site will be completed in 2027 using Tide's sister company and off-site manufacturer Volumetric. Tide's volumetric approach, a form of modern method of construction, basically Meccano set. It's a prefab, it's Meccano, it's dog shit. Enables parallel work streams on and off site, enabling delivery up to 50% faster than traditional custom construction methods. The efficiencies of this volumetric system allowed the number of stories in each block to be increased without significantly impacting the overall height of the scheme, and now enabling the significant increase in the number of homes. Tide's volumetric approach also reduces embodied carbon, and the higher precision engineering of the building in control factory settings will contribute to the strong operational performance, enabling the scheme to target BREEAM Excellent certification. TP Bennett's designs reflect the historical and emerging context of the area. Sorry, what? This fucking box of shit. How is that reflective of the fucking area? Are you fucking mad? This plain rectangle cube of shit coloured fucking building is reflective of the area. The North Block is inspired by Birmingham's industrial vernacular, referencing the area's past with its brick facade. So again, not real brick, fake brick. The South Building, so that's the short fat one, takes a similar approach but is designed with square base modules, giving a more domestic feel. The 4 blocks cascade down from the station to the south, with the scheme retaining and enhancing the high quality pocket park at the heart of the site from the original proposal, guaranteeing a public space for locals and new residents. There's going to be a park there. Do you think it's going to be open on match days? Well, it will be for the first few, I would say, and then after that, you know, I reckon they will change their tune pretty quickly. The newly consented scheme significantly bolsters Tide's portfolio of co-living developments, which this is the first time they mention it. They don't mention that you'll be sharing a fucking kitchen. So yeah. And then we got the same quotes again. Abosh. This is fucking dog shit. But this 2 seasons of this. 2 seasons of this. Of building this shit. As we go to the games. Yeah. Fantastic stuff. Crane, I imagine I'll have to have cranes put in. You know, stuff like that. While we're here, let's have a look at the shit that they build. Meccano set. This is what they do. Look. You know it's good because they can't film it properly. They have to film it from a low angle, you know. Look at that. Wow. This is dog shit again. Where does the rainwater go? The rainwater just hits it and falls straight down the building. It's literally a box. They're all boxes. Because it's all prefabs. They are prefab tower blocks. This one, again, they're building it now. Again, straight box up, box down, just a box. And again, this one in Lewisham, and you know it's good because they filmed it, they took a picture like that. Why would you need to take a picture like that if it was any good? And this is the worst one. You would imagine, like, the smaller they are, the better that they could be. This is in Chelsea. This is fucking dog shit. Look at this shit. It's so bad. This is in Chelsea. Have you ever been to Chelsea? Chelsea's a beautiful area, you know. Especially by the river. They got some lovely buildings down there. Go walking around the side streets. It's very beautiful. Some Tudor housing, stuff like that. And they built this 2-story piece of shit there. Look at this. I think this is the one that's on... Is this the one that's on, like, Rolls Road? Verney Road? No. What was it called? Rover Avenue Road. No, St James's. This is Student Flats, the grey one. This is... When I saw that for the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Who would live here? It looks so bad. And now I know who built it. It's the same people who's going to build this other shit. And then they've got this. This is a marsh wall. Look at this. Look how good it looks. They don't even have fucking corners. Look, they've decided, we're making too many boxes. We need to have one with rounded corners. But that's a hotel. So, the hotel company probably said, can we make it look better? Because we don't want it to look like shit. Except for this hotel. And they said, no. Look at this. Look at this. This is where is the gutter in? Where's the rainwater going? You're going to have fucking streaks of green mould and algae just flowing down the sides of the buildings. After maybe 7 or 8 years? It's just complete fucking shit, mate. So bad. Bruh. And imagine, it looks bad from the outside. It's tiny and shit inside, and you don't even get a kitchen. So, yeah. Going back. This is what's coming to Ilderton Road, and we're going to have 2 seasons of of construction that's going to, interfere with Millwall fans who go to the games. So that should be fun. Now, moving on. Transfers. We're going to have a look at transfers. These are the confirmed transfers from bbc.co.uk transfer tracking thing that they do. There has only been 1 transfer so far in the Championship. And that's Jordan Thompson, that was announced today, going from Stoke to Preston on the free. That's it, but you can see there's not a lot going on. It's too early. It's too early. The playoffs are still going on. Contracts don't run out yet. It's still too early. But there is an insatiable appetite for the news. Who are we signing? Who are we signing? Who are they signing? Who is everyone signing? What's the team going to look like next season? What's the first game of the season? Who have we got in the cup? Who have we got in the Carling Cup? Even though I'm not going to go. I might go, but I'm talking about you. That was my impression of you guys. It's a night game. I don't do night games. Yeah, whatever. So these are the transfers that have done. Nothing's been done. Barely anything's done. Max Power, one of the best named footballers in the world. Max Power. Rumours suggest, the legends suggest that he got his name from a hairdryer, Max Power. Now, we're going to finish by looking at this. So, you've just seen the transfers. This is a list of all the players in English football whose contracts are up at the end of the season, and it's going to tell us where they've gone, if they've gone anywhere. Obviously, we're still awaiting for Millwall's released and retained list. But the thing is, like I said, it's too early. It's too early. It's way too early. So what we get is this situation, like Derby County. This is new, I think, where they say they give the list of the players who are out of contract, and then they give the list of players that they're in discussions with and that they've actually offered new contracts to. So, it's not cut and dry. It's not black and white. It's kind of grey area. So there you go. Some of these we already know about. Now this one is a new one. Middlesbrough have put theirs up. I don't recognise any of these names. I think quite a few of these are like youngsters. A player we have been linked with in January didn't happen. Anthony Dickstill. Was he a left back or a right back? I can't remember, but he's one of them. Maybe a right back. So, yeah, there you go. He's on a free transfer. Can we get him in? Are we going to get him in? Are we trying to even get him in? I don't know. But, maybe we'll find out later on. Oxford United has come up. Josh McEachran. Can you believe he's 32 years old? 32. I didn't realise he was that old. He's 32. I remember when he was coming through as a youngster at Chelsea. He's 32 now, so that was like 25 years ago. Insane. Yeah. Plymouth we already knew. Sheffield Wednesdays, though, I think that's new. This is interesting. So they had the Japanese guy Ryo Atsushi. They brought him in on the trial in January. They gave him a contract till the end of the season. They've let him go. Obviously offered a new contract to Barry Bannon. I imagine, he's like a legend up there. I would imagine, given his age and stuff, they're probably trying to lowball him on the contract, saying, "Well, you're old. Like, what are you going to do? Take it or leave it?" Which is, I imagine that's probably what we're trying to do with our elderly players as well. But there you go. Whatever you think of that. Stoke City, Lyndon Gooch, a player we have been linked with in the past. But here's the thing. Now we're under Steve Gallen. All of the players I think that we were linked with in the past, all of that's probably kind of out the window now. I don't think any of that's really, on the radar anymore. It's kind of out. We're in a different dimension now at the minute, I think. Especially with the success that we've had. Femi Aziz has come in, done very well. Ivanovic, Who was Ivanovic? Who knew about Ivanovic? Who even knew about Vojvodina? Look what he's done. He's literally been the best under 22 striker in Europe. His numbers are insane. Cyrus Christie, he must be like 36, 37 now. Carl Norton, so Swansea's release list has come out. Harry Darling. So yeah, there you go. Obviously, loads of clubs still haven't put their lists out. We are one of them. And you do wonder, when will that come out? I don't think they're in any rush. Obviously, the contracts don't expire, was it June the 30th or something like that? So, I think a lot of the players are currently on holiday, actually. I've seen pictures of Macaulay Langstaff and Ado Mamaku. So, they're not training at the minute. They're taking their, mandated 28 days holiday or whatever they get. Because, they are, PAYE employees. They get the same rights and benefits that your old shift worker down at the factory gets. It's all the same, really. Obviously, they get paid a lot more money, but obviously a lot more is expected of them, and they get abused online as well. So, and there you go. On that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.